here is Moses, and I want you to see the mountains of men on each side, and Moses stuck in the middle. He's being hidden in the cleft of the rock. Now, he can only see what is right in front of him. But then God comes in, and he said, I'm going to cover you with my hand while I pass by. So I've got a sign here. I'm going to hold it up right here in front of Mike so he can't see. Spin it around so they can see. This is the hand of God. Why do we know this is the hand of God? Because the sign says this is the hand of God. So now, get a picture. You don't need to hold it. You're going to be the mountain. Mountains don't move very often.
I love it.
I'm on a roll today, man.
Yes, you are.
I'm on a roll. It's got some karma coming my way. Okay. So, picture with me, Moses is hidden in the cleft of the rock. He's got mountains on either side, and he's got the hand of God covering him in front. He can't see a thing. And God says, I'm going to come walking by, but I'm going to cover you because you cannot see my face. Now, our face represents a number of things, and in this, God is showing us a number of things. But one of the things our face represents is where our face is pointing represents where we are going.
Right.
It represents our future. So as he's passing by, God says, you're not going to get a glimpse of your future, but I'm going to get you, allow you to see, follow with me now, on this side, if the hand of God were not covering him, Moses could see my face. I'm acting as God in this role. Now, he passes by, and as he gets to here, God's going to remove his hand. His face points to where he's going. Think about when you were teaching your kids to ride a bike. You said to them, watch where you're going. Mm-hmm. Right? Make sure you look where you're going. My son, we bought him a little four-wheeler last year for Christmas. He's doing very good. He can ride it. His only problem is he likes to look behind him while he's driving forward. We begged him, son, you have to look where you're going, son. You have to look where you're going. Bought him this big, massive helmet. And eventually he was looking at his sister about a month or so ago driving, and he ran right into a tree, flipped over the four-wheeler, broke it all to pieces. Why? He wasn't looking where he was going. Our face points to where we're going. But as God passes here, he removes the hand. Now, Mike, what do you see from me? The back of my head or my backside. He sees what is behind me. When I was a kid growing up, we weren't allowed to use a certain term for your hiney. So, Dad would say, use terms like rear or rear end, backside. Those words were usually attached to a sentence like, if you don't do this, I'm going to tear up your rear end. And so, now you got what I'm saying. Because what's back here points to where we've been. Our face points to where we're going. Our rear points to where we've been, or the rear, or what's behind us. So now, we're going to put all this together. God passes by, can't see, future, covers it, and Moses gets a look at what's happened behind him through the lens of God's glory or his goodness. And while he is passing, God is declaring his names. He's saying, I am Jehovah, I am Yahweh. And he says, my goodness and my faithfulness and my kindness lasts for eternity. And he begins to declare things about him, and it's bound up in his name. Because here is the principle, what we see and what Moses gets. Moses begins to realize that the character of God or the goodness of God is revealed in the names of God. Yes. And so when God comes walking by and he says, I am Jehovah, I am Yahweh, Moses is brought back to the moment as he's looking at his past through the lens of God. He's brought back to the moment of the burning bush when God announced himself and said to Moses, I am Jehovah, and then I want you to go back to Egypt and deliver my people. And Moses said, what is your name? He said, tell